I feel like my grandma's taking my picture now. My head's cut off. Alright, let's fix this. There we go. Don't judge. I've got this thing propped up on a granola bar on my phone, but it's fine. Oh my god, my hair. Maybe I'll put a hat on. Not my thing. Anyhow, well, as you may be able to hear, the boat is rocking terribly right now because there's like 5-footers out on the lake, which is not what they were predicting. They were predicting, like 9 to 12s, but didn't get there. So we could have brought the boat back today, but apparently not still. So still on the schedule for Friday, but the wind's slowly increasing again, which I'm so sick of. But we'll get there, so now it's time for breakfast. Philip and I are trying to get this new boat across, but it's supposed to be like 25-mile-an-hour winds. I don't know in knots, sorry guys. And like 7 to 9 foot waves in the middle of the lake right now. So, well, not right now, when we're trying to move our boat, which was either Tuesday or Wednesday. So obviously that's not going to work out really great. Boat should be able to handle it. Me, probably not. Well, I could make it work. I'd just be really uncomfortable. So now the plan is to hopefully go on Friday when we're going to have a little bit less wind and waves. At least that's what it's saying right now, but it is October in Michigan. So who knows? Only tricky part is we're trying to get everything off of this boat so that we can sell it, trying to move to our winter home, and I'm trying to find a new job at the same time. So this week has been a pain in the butt, especially this past weekend, because we switched from having to move the boat, the new boat, from Wednesday to Tuesday to maybe back to Wednesday, but then back to Tuesday, and then it was like, oh yeah, Tuesday is a for sure thing. But now the weather has again upped to be more wind, more waves, and it's just not gonna be, it's not gonna be fun. There's no roller furler on that boat, and that makes me really nervous. So we'll see how that goes. So tentative plan now is Friday. I really hope the weather stays the way that it's supposed to, because I am so sick of moving this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I just want to get this boat, I want to get it here, and I want to be done with it. I want to start ripping it apart. I want to start all of the projects that we have planned, and I just want to not be stressed about it anymore, because it's too much. Despite the changing weather patterns, our trip actually ended up going really smoothly. We started with about 15 knots of wind behind us, and slowly over the course of an hour or two it built up to 20 to 25 knots. The waves obviously started out very small, but they did build up to consistent 5 to 6 footers with the occasional 8-footer thrown in, so that was quite intimidating. We sailed with only the main up, and we left the motor on the whole trip. Never faltered, not one single second. I was super impressed by that, given our previous motoring experience with our first boat, and the fact that Bombadil had been on the hard for so long, I mean like 3 to 4 years, and it just didn't have a single issue. Randy, you can see him here in some of these videos. Sometimes he's in red jacket, sometimes he's in the neon yellow. He's the previous owner of Bombadil. He owned that boat for 39 years with his father, and he raced her extensively under the name Altair II. He was in local race clubs, he did multiple crossings across Lake Michigan, and he did several Chicago to Mackinac races as well. Without his experience and guidance, there's no way we would have gotten the boat across the lake this late in the fall. He has been an amazing resource for us, even after purchasing the boat and getting across with our refit. He sent us things like the original prints for the boat with all of the builder's notes on there. Things like those big aluminum knees, those massive winches in the back are all things that were added by the owner specifically to this boat, so it's not something that's on your regular Ericson 39, and that's really cool to know that it was done in the factory and not by someone kind of afterwards. The fourth person in our group was Jack. He's one of Philip's coworkers, and he flew up all the way from North Carolina specifically to help us sail the boat across. I was absolutely honored by that. I really don't know what we would have done without him. There was so many times where we absolutely needed that fourth person. The most challenging part of the sail was actually after we were done sailing. About 5 minutes after we took the sails down, we got hit by a front. It was about 30 knots of wind, gusting well up into the 40s, right on our beam. So docking was absolutely challenging in a narrow cut in a marina we had never been in a slip where we didn't know where it was. We ended up basically hitting the slip broadside and having to slowly pull her in, and it was just terrible. That's not gonna work. I don't know what I just did. Philip, I hate this camera. It sucks. Actually, it's a great camera. It just pisses me off because it never works when I want it to. How do I refocus this thing? Ah, that's how I refocus this thing.